The lecture hall of the Galactic University of Urel hummed with quiet anticipation. Students from hundreds of species gathered, their multicolored eyes blinking in curiosity as Professor Thalvix prepared to discuss the most controversial topic in modern galactic history, the human ban. For centuries, humanity had been the galaxy's whispered legend, a name spoken with caution and, in some circles, outright fear. But to the young aliens of Urel, who had never seen a human, it all sounded like an elaborate joke. Humans were primitive mammals from an obscure planet called Earth. How dangerous could they be? Class, Thalvix began, his long, feathered neck sweeping across the room. Today we will analyze the historic decree that barred humanity from participating in galactic politics, trade, and exploration. Many of you have questioned why a single species warranted such a ban. I believe it is time you saw the truth for yourselves. A few students chuckled, the sound translated by their neural communicators. Professor, a crystalline student named Arwaitichin chittered, isn't this just an old myth? My mother says humans went extinct because they couldn't survive space travel. Are we really supposed to believe they were that dangerous? Dangerous? Scoffed another, a jelly-bodied Orvian. I've read their biological data. They're weak, slow, and can barely regenerate. Why would anyone fear a creature with such pathetic stats? The lecture hall erupted in laughter. Thalvix remained still, his gaze fixed on the students. You laugh because you do not understand. Perhaps you will, after you see this. The lights dimmed. A massive holoscreen flickered to life, displaying grainy footage recorded over 2 centuries ago, during humanity's final confrontation with the Galactic Council. The recording began with a scene from a council chamber, filled with towering, elegant species, all discussing the fate of a rogue world. In the center stood a single human, Commander Adrian Vale, dressed in an armored suit scarred by countless battles. Her voice was calm but carried a tone that silenced the room. You bombed our colonies. You stole our children. And now you think you can dictate the terms of our survival? No. You will learn what it means to awaken the war machines of Earth. The footage shifted to space, a fleet of human warships emerging from hyperspace. The students gasped. Unlike the sleek, polished vessels of other species, the human ships looked brutal, almost alive. Their surfaces were jagged and armored like predatory beasts. Engines roared with raw power, leaving trails of fire as they accelerated toward the enemy fleet. What are those? Whispered an insectoid student, its mandibles trembling. They don't look like ships. They're not just ships, Thalvix said quietly. They're weapons forged from desperation. Humanity built them not to intimidate but to win, and they always fight to win. On the screen, the alien armada 3 times. Larger opened fire. Lances of plasma and energy beams cut through the void. But the human fleet didn't dodge or retreat. They advanced, shields flaring, returning fire with a brutality that defied galactic norms. Their kinetic rounds, simple pieces of metal accelerated to near-light speed, ripped through enemy shields as if they were paper. One ship, HMS Leviathan, took the brunt of the enemy assault. Instead of retreating, it rammed straight into the flagship of the opposing fleet, detonating in a blinding explosion that crippled half the enemy forces. The room of alien students went silent. Why would they do that? Arwaitichin whispered. They sacrificed an entire ship? They value victory above all else when pushed to the brink, Thalvix said. To them, survival is worth any price. The next scene showed ground combat. A handful of humans, barely a dozen, were pinned down by over 100 alien soldiers. Outnumbered and outgunned, they should have surrendered. But instead, they fought like creatures possessed. A human soldier, bleeding and limping, picked up the weapon of a fallen alien and charged, screaming, cutting through the enemy lines like a storm. One alien student, a reptilian, clicked in disbelief. That's insane. They don't even have natural armor. They're just flesh. And yet, Thalvix murmured, they endure. The footage zoomed in on a human's face, eyes filled with fire, teeth bared in a snarl, but smiling despite the chaos. There was no fear, only determination. The students shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Then came the final scene, the orbital bombardment of the Alien Council's homeworld. Human warships unleashed tungsten rods, each impact like a meteor strike. Cities burned. Planetary defenses crumbled. And over it all, Commander Vale's voice echoed through intercepted communications. This is not war. This is consequence. The holoscreen went dark. No one laughed now. The students sat frozen, their earlier mockery replaced by a quiet, uneasy awe. Do you understand now? Thalvix's voice broke the silence. The human ban was not an act of cruelty. It was an act of survival for all of us. We banned them because if humanity ever truly enters the galaxy again, nothing will stop them. Not our weapons, not our treaties, not even fear. Arwedigan swallowed hard.